Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm glad you are all here for morning meeting today. So we are going to get started with our morning meeting. We're going to do our greeting, our share, our activity, our message, and our calendar, just like every day. And then at the end of our meeting, we'll talk about the videos you're going to watch today. So we're going to start with our greeting. Today's greeting, oopsies, sorry. Today's greeting is going to be a pinky wave, and instead of saying good morning in English, we're going to greet our friends by saying buenos dias in Spanish. So we're going to say good morning in Spanish to our friends. So let's start. I'm going to unmute you so you can greet your friends. Here we go. Ready? Buenos dias, Stephen.
Buenos dias, Steven.
Buenos dias, Hugh. Buenos dias, Hyundai.
Buenos dias, Hyundai.
Buenos
Buenos
dias,
dias.
Diego.
Buenos dias, Diego.
Buenos dias, Takaya.
Buenos dias, Takaya.
Buenos dias, Lena.
Buenos dias, Lena.
Buenos dias, Eileen.
Buenos dias, Eileen.
Buenos dias, Catherine.
Buenos dias, Catherine.
Buenos dias, Frank.
Buenos dias, Frank.
I think that is everybody. So say we are done with our greeting. 1, 2, 3. Check. And now it's time for our share. So the last 2 days were the weekend. We didn't have school on Saturday or Sunday. And you might have done something fun with your family while you didn't have school for 2 days. So you may share something that you did over the weekend if you would like to. If you would like to share, please raise your hand or wave at the camera so I know you're ready to share. If you don't want to share, that's all right. You don't have to. We have time for a few friends to share what they did over the weekend. So if anybody would like to share, please raise your hand and I will unmute you so you can tell us about your weekend. Before you share, I wanted to share that over the weekend, I went on a bike ride with Henry. He has a special little bike seat that he sits on. And so we went on a bike ride and we sat in the grass and Henry had a snack. So that was something I did this weekend. Did anybody else want to share? I see Diego's hand. Diego, would you like to share?
Yeah.
What did you do this weekend, Diego?
I was playing games on PS4.
You were playing PS4?
Yep.
What game were you playing?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else want to share? I see Lena's hand. Lena, would you like to tell us what you did this weekend?
No, it's just a question.
Okay, what's your question?
How's baby Henry?
Henry is really good. He is very busy. He's starting to crawl everywhere. He's opening the cabinets. And guess what? Pretty soon, next Friday on May 1st, he's going to be 1 year old. Maybe he'll have to come to morning meeting so we can sing happy birthday to him. He's too little to know it's his birthday, but that might make him feel excited. We'll have to talk about that next week when it's May. Anybody else want to share? Frank, are you raising your hand? No. Katerine?
I play.
You
with
play
my toys.
with your toys. That is fun. What's your favorite toy to play with?
Cenicienta.
Ah, thank you for sharing. Does anybody else want to share? Hyundai, tell us what you did over the weekend.
I watched TV. I watched PBS Kids on TV the whole day.
Wow. What's your favorite thing to watch on TV, Hyundai?
PBS Kids.
PBS Kids. And do you have a favorite show on PBS Kids?
Yeah.
What is it?
Odd Squad.
Oh, when I was little, there was a show on PBS Kids called Zoom. It's not on TV anymore. It has the same name as what we're on our morning meeting, Zoom. And it was a really fun show that I liked to watch. Thank you for sharing. Okay, does anybody else want to share? Lena, would you like to share?
Yeah.
What did you do?
With a cat.
Cool.
It's a pet cat.
That's fun. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Elliot. Okay, we are going to move on. Hello, Elliot. Can't hear him yet. We are going to move on and say that we are done with our share. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Check. And now it is time for us to move on to our activity. Our activity today is a math story problem. Last Friday, you should have watched a video teaching you about something called a tape diagram. Nod your head if you watched the video learning about the tape diagram. The tape diagram is another way to solve math problems. So today we are going to do a story problem, and I'm going to show you how we use a tape diagram to solve this problem. Later today, when you watch the video for math on the board or on the website, that video is going to show you tape diagrams again. So it's important you're paying attention and learning about this special tool to solve story problems. So we are going to start by first listening to the problem we're going to solve. This is what our problem sounds like. Rose had a vase with 13 flowers. Uh-oh, there should be an S at the end of the word flowers. She puts 7 more flowers in the vase. How many flowers are in the vase all together? In our classroom, when we solve story problems, we use the read, write, draw way to solve a problem. So we read it, we retell it, we listen to the story, we visualize it, then we write the equation, and then we usually draw a picture to help us solve it. So I'm going to read the problem to you again. You can read with your eyes along as I read it, and then we'll try reading it one more time to visualize it before we start to solve it. So listen to my story again. Rose has a vase with 13 flowers. She puts 7 more flowers in the vase. How many flowers are in the vase? Let's try one more time. This time you can close your eyes, and as you are listening to the story, you can visualize the flowers in the vase. Ready? Rose has a vase with 13 flowers. She puts 7 more flowers in the vase. How many flowers are in the vase now? Stephen and Diego, nice job using that time to visualize what this problem will look like. We're going to solve this problem using a tape diagram. How many flowers does Rose start with? How many does she have at the beginning? Takaya?
13.
13. When we were still at school, we solved this problem by drawing 5 group rows. Today, we're going to solve it using a tape diagram. So we know that Rose has 13 flowers. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How can I label these circles? What do these circles mean? Diego?
Flowers.
They're flowers. So I could write the word flowers, or I could just put an F for flower. Thanks, Diego. What happens next in the story? She has her 13 flowers. What happens next? Katerine?
He put 7 more flowers.
She puts 7 more flowers. So now we are going to add 7 more flowers, but instead of just drawing another row of 7, we're going to put them right next to the 13. Here's her 7 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are also flowers, but if we use an F, it'll be confusing because both of our parts of our pictures would be labeled with the same label. These are 7 more flowers. So let's use the letter M for more. Now we can see her 13 flowers she started with, and we can see how she gets 7 more. Now, if you look at this picture, it can be a little confusing because there's just a bunch of circles in a row. So one way to help us see the 2 groups that we are adding is by putting a box around each part. So let's put a box around the 13 flowers. We're going to put a rectangle around all of those boxes. We're going to do the same thing with the 7 more flowers she has. So let's put a box around the 7 more. This might look like some of the problems you saw in the video on Friday. This is called a tape diagram. And a tape diagram is another way to solve a problem. Now, if we look at this, we don't want to have to count the circles every single time. So how could we know that there's 13 in here? Is there a way we could remember there's 13 in the box with the F? Hyundai, what could we do?
You could just put a 10 on top and 3 on the bottom.
Okay, so you could break it up to 10 into 3. Hyundai, when we're making a tape diagram, we put all of our dots in one row. So it's going to be hard to move our dots around. We want to keep them in a straight line. What else could we do to make sure we know that this is 13? Does anybody else have an idea? Elliot? Hold on, Elliot. You're not unmuted. What can we do, Elliot?
I can't. We can't put a small square. Okay, we can put a small square for the 10 and a small square for the 1s.
So maybe we could put a box so we could see the groups of 10s and 1s. You guys are thinking about strategies we've been using in our classroom. Those are both smart strategies, Hyundai and Elliot. Another thing we can do is we can write the number so that we don't have to keep counting. We have 13 flowers, right? So we don't want to have to say 1, 2, 3, how many is this? We can just write 13 inside the box so we know that there's 13 in that box. Do you see the little number 13 so we don't have to count that again? Let's do the same thing with the new flowers that she added. Remember, she added 7 more flowers. So we can put our numbers inside the rectangle so we can see how many are in our tape diagram. Now, the question in our message says, how many flowers are in the vase? What kind of math problem are we solving? Are we doing an addition problem where we're putting things together? Or are we doing a subtraction problem where we're taking things apart? Who have I not heard from? I've heard a lot from Hyundai. Is there another friend who would like to share? Are we adding or are we subtracting? Katerine?
Subtracting.
Are we taking numbers apart, Katerine?
No.
No.
Adding.
We're putting our numbers together, right? So we are adding together. Hi, Michael. Michael, we're taking a look at some tape diagrams, and these are the same things you did in your packet with your problems on Friday. And I saw your work your family sent me, so I know you already solved problems like this, but we're solving it together so we can practice it, okay? Katerina is right, we are adding. So we want to put 17 and 13 together. In a tape diagram, when you do that, you use little lines to show that you're connecting all of this together. You show your whole number at the top like this, and you put these little lines to show that this rectangle and this rectangle go together. When we do that, we can see 13 and 7, and our whole number is 20. You could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way and count it by ones. Or you could say, oh, I know that this rectangle has 13, so I could count on and say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Or you might already know there's a 3 here, and 3 and 7 make 10. And I know there's another 10 inside the number 13, so 10 and 10 makes 20. So now that we have our tape diagram, we can see there's the one part of our problem where she had 13 flowers, the other part of our problem where she got 7 more, and our total is 20. Who can tell me an addition problem that goes with this tape diagram? Remember, Katerine said we are doing an addition problem. What could be our number sentence that goes with this tape diagram? Elliot?
13 plus 7 equals 20.
13 plus 7 equals 20. Excellent. We're taking our two parts and we're putting them together. 13 plus 7 equals 20. 20 is our whole number. 20 is the answer. The question says, how many flowers are in the vase? Now we know there's 20 flowers in the vase. So like we used to do when we solved problems, we're going to put a box around our total, our whole, which is our answer. We put a box around so we know that that's the answer to our problem. Now, just like we solved it with our picture, we want to solve it by writing a statement. What would be a good statement to go with this problem? What would our statement be? Remember, the statement answers the question, and the question is, how many flowers are in the vase? What statement would answer that question? Hugh, can you help us out?
Yes.
What would our statement be?
Our statement would be, now Rose has 20 flowers in her vase.
Excellent. What a good statement. We could say, now Rose has 20 flowers in her vase. We could also just say, there are 20 flowers, or there are 20 flowers in the vase. So if we wrote a statement like this, we could say, there are 20 flowers in the vase. Nice job. This is called a tape diagram. Today, when you watch the videos on the website, you are going to practice more problems to solve with using tape diagrams. You can do tape diagrams when you're doing addition. You can do tape diagrams where you know one part and you know the whole, but you have to find the other part. And you can use tape diagrams to solve subtraction problems. Later this week, we'll try some more tape diagrams, but it's really important you're watching those videos because in your packets, when you have your math packets today, you're going to see there's problems that you need to use tape diagrams to help you solve. So tape diagrams is just another way for us to solve math problems. Nice job, you guys. Now, we are done with our activity for today. So let's say 1, 2, 3, check. And now it is time for our message. So let's read our message. I want you to read the words that are in yellow with me. Here we go. April 20th, 2020. Good morning, friends. Today is Monday. Today we are, oopsies, we're supposed to say today we are learning at home, but I skipped those with the yellow. Let's move on. Ready? What can you see that is longer than a pencil or shorter than a car? Love, Miss Harrington. On Friday, your read aloud books were about measurement. You had a book called Inch by Inch where a little worm used his body to measure. And you also had another book that taught you more about measuring. We learned about measuring in school a long time ago. We used centimeter cubes to measure. We used paper clips to measure. You measured your shoe. We measured things in our classroom. So I want you to take 1 minute and I want you to look around the room you are in right now. And I want you to see if you can find something that is longer than a pencil. I don't have a pencil here, but I have a marker. I want you to think if you can find something that is longer than a pencil or a marker. You don't have to bring it to the camera. You can just use your words to explain what it is. And I also want you to find something that is shorter than a car, a real car, not a toy car. Does anybody see something that is longer than a pencil? Let's have 3 friends share. Raise your hand if you see something in your room that is longer than a pencil. Lena, what do you see that is longer than a pencil?
A cat.
A cat. Lena has a toy cat that is longer than a pencil. Who else sees something that is longer than a pencil? Michael, what's longer than a pencil?
A big straw.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Who else would like to share something that is longer than a pencil? Hey, Iviana. Iviana, what do you see that is longer than a pencil?
My face.
Your face?
Yes.
Yeah, your face might be longer than a pencil. Okay, now, what do you see in the room you were in that is shorter than a car? Do you see something that is shorter than a car? I've already heard from Lena. Elliot, what do you see that is shorter than a car?
A kitchen.
Your kitchen is shorter than a car. Eileen?
A cup.
A cup is much shorter than a car. Anybody else? Michael, I see your hand again. Let's see if there's another friend. Steven?
I see a shoe.
A shoe is shorter than a car. Hyundai, let's have you share one as well. What's shorter than a car, Hyundai?
A pencil.
A pencil. That's true. We're going to talk a little bit more about measurement in a few more weeks, but I just wanted to talk about measurement today because you read a book all about measuring on Friday. Now we are done with our message, so let's say it together. 1, 2, 3, check. And now it's time to look at our calendar. On Friday, you added the number 17 to the calendar. With a silent hand, what number should we add to the calendar for Saturday? Eileen?
17,
17 was Friday, so what number should be Saturday?
18,
18, and what number should be Sunday? Let's see who's raising their hand. What number should we add to the calendar for Sunday? Hyundai?
I can't see.
Yeah, I haven't shown the calendar yet. That's okay. If Saturday was the 18th, what's going to be Sunday?
The 19th.
The 19th. So if yesterday, Sunday was the 19th, what number will we add to the calendar today? That's going to come next. Elliot?
The 20th.
20th. So let's take a look at our calendar. Here is today. You can see the number 20, and let's say the date for today. Ready? Today is Monday, April 20th, 2020. Kind of a cool date because there's 3 20s. There's a 20 for the day, and there's 2 20s for the year. Now let's take a look at our days in school. On Friday, we had been in school for 138 days. If we add 1 straw for today, how many days have we been in school? Michael, is that your hand? How many days, Michael?
38,
138 was Friday. So if we add a straw for today, how many days, Michael?
39.
139 days. So you can see we've been in school for 139 days. What is going to happen tomorrow? If we add a straw tomorrow, what will happen, Diego?
130. 140.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the 140th day, and we'll have to make a new bundle for our calendar or our days in school. Now, let's take a look at our 10 frame. I added some more 10 frames, and I also turned one of the 10 frames blue. The blue box on the 10 frame is when we will be celebrating the last day of first grade. We're going to talk about that in a couple minutes, but let's first count by 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, and count on by ones. 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139. So you can see we still have a couple more 10 frames to fill up before the end of first grade. Now we are done with our calendar, so let's say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, check. I have a couple of announcements, and then we'll have a chance to say goodbye to our friends and ask questions. These are the things you will see on the website today. You have another video to watch with Miss G. You have a word of the day that you're going to practice while you cook up words with her. There's books today to read about bears. So there's going to be a funny book called Bear Snores On, and then you get to read a book called A Bear Cub Grows Up, all about how a baby bear is going to grow. And then in math today, you're going to see some problems with tape diagrams. Today's problems are going to be looking for missing parts and subtraction. So just like the tape diagram we practiced today, you're going to see another one in math on the video today. And it's really important you're watching these videos to help you as you solve your problems in your packet. So you have 3 videos to watch. I have another announcement today that today is the first week of HD Cook Virtual Spirit Week. Spirit Week is where you do fun things to show that you are proud to be a student at HD Cook. Every day this week, there's going to be something fun that your specials teachers are going to do. So Mr. Mitchell's day is today, then Miss Kay will do a special day, Miss Irvin will do a special day, and so will Miss Mueller. Today is called Moving and Grooving Monday. Get ready to move it with a quick movement break from Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell made a video. He put it on YouTube, and I'm going to put it on our website so you can find it. And it's a movement video. So it's a video to help you move your body and exercise. I want you guys to check that video out, and then you can send me videos of you doing the video. You can send me pictures as you're moving in the video. And if you send them to me, your pictures might get to go on the HD Cook website and on the HD Cook Instagram page and Facebook. So it's exciting today because you get to do a special movement with Mr. Mitchell and share it with me so I can send it to Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Lamb, and they can show it off to the rest of the school. Okay? I'll put that video on our website so you can find it. Tomorrow is going to be Thankful Tuesday with Miss Kay, and we'll talk about what that means tomorrow. So make sure you get to watch that video of Mr. Mitchell, okay? Now, let me stop sharing our screen. I have one more announcement to make. Some of you may already know this, but on Friday, DC Public Schools made an announcement that's going to change the rest of first grade. We are not going to go back to school this year. The rest of first grade is going to be on the computer. We're not going to go back to school and learn in our classroom together. We are going to stay at home. Also, the last day of school was supposed to be on June 19th, but this year school is going to end sooner. The last day of school, the last day of first grade, is going to be May 29th. So we have about 28 more days of learning together. And then after that, it will be summer break. And then next year, when you go back to school at HD Cook, you will be in a new class with new friends and a new teacher because you will be in second grade. I'm sure a lot of you have questions about that. It might make you feel a bit sad. It makes me feel sad because I was really excited to go back to school and see you guys in our classroom, but I'll still see you next year. I'm going to be back at HD Cook and so will you. And I'll see you, but I'll see you when you're in second grade. And maybe I'll be your SEM teacher, or I'll get to see you in the hallways because second grade is right down the hall from first grade. So we still have a couple more days of first grade. We have about 4 or 5 weeks of school left. And then school will be over in May and you'll get to have your summer break. The rest of first grade will be on the computer. So it's important you keep watching your videos. It's important you keep coming to morning meeting because those are going to be the ways you're going to learn the rest of the things we need to learn for first grade. I see some friends raising hands. Hyundai.
I never been in second grade.
Nope, you have to go to first grade first to get to second grade, and you're almost done with first grade, so you're getting ready for second grade, but that's why it's really important you watch the videos. Miss G is going to keep teaching you things you need to know for foundations. The math videos are going to keep teaching you things you need to know, so it's really important you're watching those videos and you come to morning meeting because in morning meeting, we're going to be practicing things you need to know for second grade. Yes, Elliot.
It's my brother's birthday today.
It's your brother's birthday today? That's exciting. Will you tell him we said happy birthday?
Okay.
Lena, do you have a question?
Yeah.
What's your question?
I'm sad because I don't get to make art with you in some class.
I know. I'm feeling disappointed too that we didn't get to have SEM. And a lot of you guys were in my SEM cluster like Hugh and Takaya and Lena and Michael. But guess what? We will have SEM in second grade and maybe I'll do animal art as my next SEM cluster. And some of you guys might get to come back to my classroom and do it with me. Okay? Yes, Hugh?
That means we don't get to show off our polar bears or take them home.
I will save the polar bears and you can get them when you go back to school in second grade. Okay? I won't throw any of your work away. I'm not going back to school right now, but if I get to go back to school, I will make sure to save all of the things for you so you can take them home when you go to second grade. Does anybody else have any other questions? This is kind of a weird way to learn on the computer, but it's really exciting that we get to see each other for morning meeting. And I will see you at HD Cook when you're in second grade. Yes, Hyundai.
But sometimes when I moved every time when I moved to another grade, I feel sad of my friends.
I know, but guess what? All of you are going to go to second grade. So even if you're not in the same classroom, you'll still get to see each other every day at lunch and every day at recess. Some of you will be in the same classroom together, and you'll also get to see each other during SEM and sometimes specials too. Yes, Iviana.
I will miss you.
I know, but guess what? First grade's not over yet. We still have a lot of time together for morning meeting. Yes, Lena?
And maybe just like get some more happiness together if we're still going to be in the same classroom in morning meeting on the computer.
That's right. This can still help us feel really happy and connected and be part of a class. Even though we're not together, we're still together on the computer. So we are really lucky we get to do this. And it's really important you keep coming back so we can be together every day, okay? So when you go to the website today, make sure you watch your videos for math and your read aloud and Miss G's Cooking with Miss G video, and watch the video of Moving with Mr. Mitchell and send me pictures so I can send them to Mr. Lamb. Don't forget to keep using Lexia and iReady if you can, and keep working hard, and I will see you tomorrow during morning meeting, okay? I'm going to unmute you and we can say goodbye. Bye, Stephen. Bye, Diego. Bye, Takaya. Bye, Lena. Bye, Bye, Elliot. Bye, Hyundai. Bye, Lena. Bye, Shireen. Bye, Stephen. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Stephen.
Bye.
Bye, Frank.